What's up, guys? Welcome back to ZFactory. We got a lot of new stuff going on straight from Santa Fe, Texas. That is right. I have moved to Santa Fe, Texas. It's lovely, so beautiful, very quiet, quaint. It's very quiet. It's like country. Well, as country as a city boy gonna get. Don't mind my trash out there. Trash man never came. That's one thing I had to complain about though. Like the trash service out here, the recycling service is trash. Like horrible. Like trash guy comes when he wants to come. The recycling guy comes like once a month. He's supposed to come every Wednesday. So yeah. Anyways, I digress. So we have Grandpa back here. I'm in the process of putting a radiator in him. And then we got the 240 here. Got a lot of stuff for that. I'm not going to go too deep into 240 stuff in this episode. We're going to save that for Dirt Cheap Drift Build episode 3 or 2. Because it wasn't last episode 1.5. I can't remember. Whatever. We'll figure it out. This is my new setup. I'm sure you'll like it. I love it. Got some flags, got some decorations. You know, you got to get the vibe, right? Mustang's out there kicking it. She still gets driven here and there. Mostly just stays in this spot right here. Try to keep the miles off it. Grandpa gets all the love and attention. So let's start this episode off with me. Not the cars, me. I have kind of come to the conclusion that I need to be focusing more on my health than anything. So I have a coworker that we carpool together because I live in Santa Fe now. He lives in Alvin, which is like 10 minutes away. And our drive to work, it's like 45 minutes. So we just carpool. And we both decided to start hitting the gym. And so every weekday after my normal 9 to 5, well, it's actually like 7 to 5. Sometimes 7 to 6, usually 7 to 6. My normal 7 to 6, we will leave straight from work, change at work, hop in his truck or my car, whatever we're taking that day, and then go straight to the gym, get a good workout in. And this isn't like, oh, I'm going to come in and I'm going to do a little bit of this in 5 minutes and I think I'm good. I'm going to go home. No, like we're getting it. Like I'm leaving the gym. My shirt is damp. I'm going to try to push that to a wet shirt, but it has been only 1 week in the gym. But we're going hard. Like I'm just holding my phone up right now is hurting my arm just because I'm so sore. But I'm going to lose 100 pounds this year. Like I'm going to give myself a year because I'm going to put a realistic goal there. I don't want to say, yeah, I'm going to lose 100 pounds in 3 months. Like, no. Let's be realistic because when you make unrealistic expectations of yourself, you never follow through. And you don't get the results you want, and then just makes things worse. So realistically, 100 pounds a year. I'm eating right, going to the gym, trying to be more active, and already just a week of like doing things how I'm supposed to be doing things. My energy levels are increasing. I just feel better. I can think more clear. I sleep better. So that's good. So let's talk about my diet real quick. Mostly portion control. Trying to keep portions correct, like small. Like, oh, okay, for instance, this morning, we just had some eggs and sausage, like no tortilla, no biscuit. Like, yeah, I'm intaking carbs, but like trying to just minimize unnecessary carbs. Like, I don't need a tortilla with my eggs and sausage. But, you know, we have these bowls that are like a salad bowl, you know, not like huge. But even this morning, like my wife was portioning it out, like only maybe half the bowl was the eggs and sausage, and the other half was half of an avocado, and that was enough. I was talking to somebody, and he said, "Eat until you're not hungry. Don't eat until you're full. Like when you eat till you're not hungry, you're just gonna eat less." And so that's what I've been doing. The sausage and egg, like half a bowl of sausage and eggs with avocado was plenty. Like maybe even a little too much, honestly. On the other end of things, I have a really bad problem with Monsters and sodas and And God, dude, like, you want to talk about like calorie intake just with liquids? That's ridiculous. And then the sugar content, ridiculous. Like, I love Mountain Dew Voltage, Mountain Dew Baja Blast. Have you ever looked at a label? It's like 80 grams of sugar for one bottle. It's ridiculous. So any unnecessary sugars and carbs, just kind of like, nah, we're good. In the mornings, instead of a Monster, I'm making coffee. I've never been a daily coffee drinker. I do enjoy a nice coffee here and there, but I've never been a daily coffee drinker. That was always like, hey, we're out on a Saturday. Let's go get a coffee. Nope, we're doing that in the mornings. I have a thermos, which yields like 3 16-ounce styrofoam cups of coffee. I lightly sweeten it with sugar, like no artificial sweeteners. I'm trying to work myself down on how much sugar is in it. I feel I'm already not putting that much in there, but I'm trying to still cut more and more. No creamer, no nothing. And I just drink that. And that lasts me about, I start drinking it when I get to work till a little bit after first break, which is 10 o'clock. And that's good. Like, I have no problem with that. I'm not struggling with it. I was craving Monsters, but now I'm not. Other than that, I'm drinking water. I don't know if you see my Yeti back there. It's always got water. I'm always drinking water. And then before the gym, I do 8 ounces of water with a pre-workout. And it's a sugar-free pre-workout, pretty sure. I have to double check on that. But even then, just one little shot of pre-workout, I'm burning that off in the gym. And that was helping with my lack of energy. And I feel as my energy levels are picking up, I'm not going to need to rely on the pre-workout. So, that being said, those are my goals. Drop 100 pounds. And I feel with better health, I will have better content. And I'll have more time for my content and car things and stuff like that. Just because I won't be as tired all the time. Makes sense. Now, what I'm doing in the gym. Every day, weekdays, we take weekends off for our life to have time. Because, a weekend is really short, especially on the weekends that I have to work a half Saturday. Like, it's not a lot of time to get things that need to be done. He has his wife and kid, and we're trying to have time for these things. So, weekdays after work, we go to the gym. We, one day we'll do like triceps and shoulders. The other day we'll do biceps, and the other day we'll do legs. But one thing we're devoting ourselves to, especially for my issues, I carry a lot of weight around the middle, so every day, no matter what workout we're doing, no matter what it is, we are doing abs. Hashtag abs every day. The very first day I went into the gym, which was last Monday, he put me on a crunch machine, and I did 2 reps. I got to that second rep and had the worst cramps in my abs I have ever had. It was like, you get that Charlie horse in your calf. It was that, but in my abs. And I was dying, and I'm like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And he's over there laughing. He's like, what the heck, dude? Come on, man. Like, and I was like, no, you don't understand. I'm dying. And then, like, I'm just laying there. I'm, like, massaging my gut. I'm like, oh, my God. And, like, it goes away. I'm like, okay, cool. And then, like, I kind of chuckle about it. Boom. Second Charlie horse hits. And I'm like, no, it won't stop. And then that finally went away. And I tried to sit up, and it happened again. And I'm like, dude, this isn't going to work. I can't do this. He's like, no, man, you got it. You got this. So that was good baseline. I was like, okay, I need to work on abs bad. And so fast forward to Friday, after a week of doing abs, I did 3 sets of 50 crunches with 30 pounds of weight. Like, that's a huge improvement in a week. Like, I'm so proud of myself. We're just going to keep pushing. And so that was just that machine, just 3 sets of 50 at 30 pounds. And then there's this other machine that you kind of lean into it. I had 110 pounds on that, and I did 3 sets of 20. Like, awesome. But let's keep going. And then, so that's pretty much the gym. Speaking of the gym, dude, like, their water sucks. Like, the water fountain at the gym is horrible. Oh, my gosh. But it's Planet Fitness. Planet Fitness has these dumb rules, like, you can't bring a gallon jug in. well, I don't want to drink your nasty water. Like, so I'm probably going to get a gallon jug. And if they say something to me, I'm like, your water sucks. I'm going to drink out my gallon jug. Anyways, now that we got all that out of the way, let's talk about the cars. What you came here for, the cars. We're going to start with Grandpa. There's been a lot of stuff going on with Grandpa. There's a lot of stuff coming with Grandpa. So I'm going to flip this camera around and let's get to it. All right, Grandpa. So, yeah, alarm's still on. What I started working on yesterday is radiator. There's an old one. It sprung a leak off an end tank somewhere on the seal there. And I was making it work. But, you know, like I said, we drive 45 minutes to work. So I was just, at that point, just maintaining coolant levels, driving it to his house, and then jumping in his truck and leaving my truck at his house. But, so we got the new radiator in yesterday. I opened it up, and the nipple was broke off of it. And I'm like, son of a gun, dude. Like, so I was like, I gotta make something work. Gotta make something happen. Gotta make something happen. So I went over back to the other one. I cut the nipple off. Come back over here. And the hole that was there, I gouged it out enough to fit this bolt in tightly to be able to kind of thread it in. And then I put the nipple on the bolt, threaded the bolt in, got some brand new JB Weld plastic weld, plastic weld. And I lifted this up, put all this epoxy down, put it down on there, and then epoxied around it. And that's gravy train, dude. And it's a low pressure nipple. Like, high pressure coolant doesn't go through this because it's just a return, an overflow, whatever you want to call it. So as long as it's watertight, it'll work. And you hear how hard that is? It's gravy. So fix that. Got the transmission cooler line on there. It's a quick disconnect. And I'm going to go ahead and throw that in the truck today. But before I do that, let's talk about what else is going on with it. So the biggest thing that's happening is I got rid of these wheels. Those are cool and everything, but you said we're good. Oh God. So I was like, gotta put something on there. These are, okay, here's my reasoning. Here's the reasoning. This is a 16-inch wheel. 16-inch tires are getting expensive because there's not many manufacturers running 16-inch wheels anymore. Everything's pretty much 17 and up. So for the cost of a set of tires for this, I can get 20-inch tires cheaper. So I went ahead and got some 2018 Dodge Ram 20-inch wheels. And they're awesome. Tires are a little bit more worn than advertised, but as is such with buying anything used. In the process of trying to make these wheels fit, I learned some things about these Dodges. You know, I'm a Chevy guy and an import guy. I don't know much about Dodges. This is a 99, two-wheel drive. So the way that front spindle works is you got a spindle hub, like a spindle steering knuckle, and then the brake rotor has all your bearings and everything, slides on. Old school stuff. If you've never worked on the stuff, that's how it works. It sucks. So when I tried to put these wheels on, they wouldn't sit all the way down on the hub because the spindle sticks out so far. It was sticking through the center cap. It wasn't going to work. So I was like, oh no, I got to get some wheel spacers. So I ended up getting a 1.5-inch wheel spacer. You can see it right there. And it is a non-hub centric, which a lot of people, oh my gosh, they're going to have a heart attack. But yes, it is a non-hub centric because the center bore for the 99 spindle style stuff is something not common that a hub centric wheel spacer would fit. You understand what I'm saying? So I am using conical conical, whatever you want to say, lug nuts on the inside and the outside, and that fits. But then I noticed I was rubbing really bad. I was like, oh no, can't do that. So in a panic, it's Sunday, I was like, gotta do something. I started looking all over the marketplace, and I found a gentleman right up the road in Alvin selling a 1997 Ford F-150 3-inch leveling kit. And my experience tells me that those front coil springs are the exact same diameter as they are on the Dodge. So the exact same suspension style and everything. So it's going to work. $30. Went out, grabbed them, bought them. Hour later, they're on the truck and everything fit. The next problem I had is while I was in there putting lift kit on, I realized that the front shocks were shot. Absolutely trashed. And I had a feeling that was coming because as I was driving to work, it felt like really boaty, but I didn't realize it was that bad. So I did order some shocks. They're inside the garage. I haven't put them on the truck yet. Shocks. Yeah, shocks. Okay. So we got all that taken care of. Got it sitting right. Looks great. I obtained a toolbox from my good buddy. That was $20. Got a nice little spot to put things in instead of piling stuff in the back of my cab. I had some LED headlights installed on the truck, which, if you know anything about headlights, you're gonna hate me because this is my truck. I make stuff work, but I blind people with these. And the reason why is, one, you have a perfectly clear lens. There's no refractors or nothing in it, so it doesn't aim light. So this is, if you see new cars, they have, like, let's say that road, that is your headlight line. You know what I'm saying? Crisp and clean, keeps the light out of people's eyes. And the way to do that with something like this is you have to run a projector lens, and that'll get you your cutoff. This just disperses it all over the place. So that is something I plan on doing in the future, running a nice projector lens, whether it be a retrofit. Everything Chinese aftermarket on Amazon, eBay looks like crap. They got LEDs in here, and then they got the halo, and I'm not about that. Strange dog. But yeah, so we got LED headlights in there, so now I can see when I'm driving. Before I couldn't see anything. It was like driving blind. So I don't know if y'all remember the introduction video I made of this truck. The heater never worked in this truck. Or did at one point, but it didn't work for me. But I went ahead and put a new heater core in it. So I have a heater now. But another problem I'm having is the blend door actuator, the hot-cold actuator underneath the dash went out. For some godforsaken reason, that is a $130 part in this truck. So we're going to hold off on that. For now, like when I know it's cold, I reach down there and I have it flipped over to hot. Whenever it gets hot outside, I reach down there and flip it over to cold. Another thing you notice is I put in an aftermarket radio. So now I actually have my FM radio works again. I have Bluetooth, all that stuff. I got some nice little 4-way speakers in the doors. And so we got some music. And like I said, this is just my daily, so I'm not trying to do crazy stuff. Another thing that happened is my third brake light started leaking like a sieve. So we put in an aftermarket LED, little $20 third brake light. And the reason I did that is because the replacement seal is $12. So I was like, what's $8 more? Comes with a new seal, So I did that. Another thing we did is got rid of the dual exhaust that was on it. Now it has no catalytic converter because the catalytic converter went bad. Got that deleted. I still am, for people who don't understand, I'm still running both O2 sensors. And the way I get away with not throwing a check engine light and still being able to pass emissions is the upstream O2 sensor, I have it normal. The downstream O2 sensor, I have a spark plug non-fouler in there that pulls the O2 sensor out of the stream of exhaust and tricks the computer into thinking everything is A-OK, no problems are necessary, or no problems are found, we're good to go. So that's handled, no check engine light, passes emissions, and then also got a Flowmaster Super 10 with 3-inch jumps under the bed. Freaking noxious. It's almost too much for even me. Go over here to my parts shelf. Here is the shock absorbers we're going to be putting in the truck. Just a cheapo Gabriel stock replacement, nothing crazy. Another big exciting thing happening for the truck is this. This is a front-facing underseat 12-inch sub box that I got, 12-inch sub box that I got for the truck. Inside my house, I have 2 CT Sound Tropo 12-inch subs that I'm going to be putting in it. Just because something that I'm not hot rodding and doing anything crazy to, I would like to have a nice stereo in it. You know, it's got to be something for me. My neighbor just fired up his go-kart. So hopefully that's not too loud in the video. As far as the Mustang, nothing has really been happening with the Mustang. I have way more stuff going on with this because it is my daily that I need to keep on the road because I don't like driving that to work. I work in a dirt parking lot that gets really muddy. It's a lot of miles. Also the risk of getting pulled over because I can't keep my foot out of that. So that thing just kind of chills. I drive it on the weekends. There she is. It looks great. It's hard to keep it clean though. And then we got the 240. Like I said earlier, I'm not going to go into too much detail with the 240 because that is for Dirt Cheap Drift Build episode 3. But a lot of cool stuff is about to happen. So anyways, neighbor has his go-kart fired up and they're running around in that. So since that's going on, I pretty much covered the truck. Kind of redundant. I'm just going to go ahead and throw the radiator in there. And then after I do that, we're just going to go ahead and throw the radiator in there. So as I'm inside editing this video, I realized that it was way too long. And y'all have made it clear to me that y'all don't want a long video. So since I covered all the updates of pretty much everything that's going on, I'm going to go ahead and make this like part 1 or just update video. We're probably just going to do update video with this, and then I'll do Dodge Ram radiator install video second. That would also help space out some content too. Don't want to bore y'all with a 1 hour long video, so we're not going to do that no more. We're going to keep them like 20 minutes. I think that's fair. Anyways, I had a lot of fun today recording all this for y'all. This is going to end up being 3 videos in one day, so that's good. Really look forward to what's to come. Like, comment, subscribes. Be sure to click on the radiator install when it comes out. Dirt Cheap Drift Build episode 2.5 when it comes out. And enjoy. Like, comment, subscribes, and I'll see you next time.